Seeing some kind of quirky goals, some bounces, but I guess when the offense is rolling, you kind of earn those breaks, right?
Yeah, I mean we caught a few for sure, tonight, but yeah, the guys we thought we worked for a lot of our opportunities as well. So pretty good all around game, except probably, I don't know, 5-6 minutes there in the second period where they're going to have a push, and we kind of fed into that with a few turnovers as well. But for the most part, we were happy with the group.
What continues to make the Parise line with Sturm and Bonino effective? Usually, it's their forecheck that creates for them, but the couple of goals today were obviously off the rush. But what's kind of their identity and makes them so effective lately?
Positive attitudes and work ethic. I mean, they're working their butts off, and I mean, you guys always call them fourth line. They don't believe that. We don't believe that. They just play. They play, and there's no sulking, no pouting, there's no disappointment in where how many minutes they're playing. They're just playing hockey, and they're getting rewarded for their attitudes and for their hard work.
Lastly, how good did you feel for Capo to just kind of shut the door on last weekend and bounce back and get a win? Yeah,
we talked about it already. We didn't expect anything different. We talked about this before. He competes his butt off. He's mentally strong. He's he's a great teammate. We had no issues. So yeah, this wasn't a surprise to us.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dan. Hey, Dean. You guys are 5-1-1 now in the second half of these back-to-back situation. Is there anything you can figure out to put your finger on in terms of why you've been able to have success in the second half of these consecutive nights?
I don't know why, Dan, but I know that we don't care what happened the game before. That's probably what feeds into that a bit, is that we don't care if we lost or if we won the night before or the game before. It's over and away we go. So our group has done from day one. Game one, they did that. I think if you remember back, in LA we were down, and I think both games at the start of the year, and it didn't matter. We just kept playing the game, and again, credit to first the leadership and then the entire group, is that when the puck's dropped on any given night, they go to work.
I wanted to ask you too about Patrick Marleau and just the number he got to tonight. I mean, your playing career was still going when he was just getting started. I mean, not to date you at all there, but I mean, is it just kind of mind-boggling when you think about how long this guy's not only been playing in the NHL, but playing at a really high level?
Yeah. First, I was so happy to hear that our group stayed out. The entire team shook his hand after the game. I understand it was initiated by Suits. I think that is such a classy thing for our group to do. And then we talked about it after the game in the coach's room, that anytime that your name can even be mentioned in the same sentence as Gordie Howe, it's very, very special. And what he's done, and for as long as he's done it, and how he's played the game, not on the perimeter, just in the dirty areas. And I don't know him personally, but everything that you hear, it's how team first he is. So it's a wonderful accomplishment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mike.
Dean, just after Capo gave up the first goal, how important was that flurry that you guys had to maybe settle him down?
Yeah, he came right over to the bench. I don't know if it was a timeout or whatever, but Bob Wood said, he came over and he goes, that's my bad goal for the night. So that it didn't rattle him. He just went about his business. So. I don't, honestly, Mike, I don't recall, right after, if we had a flurry like that. I think the guys just, maybe they, I don't know, talked about it. But it didn't. There was no letdown. There was no build up. It was just like, okay, like we got to go out and conduct ourselves the same way. So we're happy that the whole group didn't sag after that and just kept playing. So that was good for us.
Dean, you mentioned the turnovers in the second period. It looked like the last 11 minutes you didn't play Kevin. Do you feel like you sent a message there because you played him obviously right at the start of the third?
Why are you watching so closely, Mike? Huh? Yeah. I mean, it's no secret. Yeah, they turned the puck over and we had a chat with him and said that you're not going to play the rest of the period and you'll play the start of the third period, but everybody has to do the right things. And it's not just Kevin, because after that we turned it over a couple more times. And so when we went in right after the second period, we had a quick chat with the group in the room that that has to stop. It doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't matter where we are in the game. But especially if we're leading a hockey game, you have to do the right things to preserve what you've built and then hopefully expand on it. But you can't do that if you're turning the puck over and you're feeding into their push. Like they had a push. They're going to have a push. Absolutely. I mean, they're proud where anybody is. I mean, this is a great league, and they're going to have a push. But if they have a push and then you feed them even more because of the turnovers, then you could get yourself in a lot of trouble. So it was just a nice opportunity to not only get the focus on one player, but the focus on the entire group.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dave.
Dean, I know you've talked a lot about your relationship with Kevin and just how you've known him over the years and grown with him. Does it make it easier to have those tough conversations and make those tough decisions because you have kind of that longevity of a relationship with him?
No, it's we would have conducted the same message to anyone on the team.
Thank you.
Thank you.